In this video, I'm sharing with you exactly which protein powders you should avoid as a cancer survivor. But even more importantly, which protein powders are actually safe. But wait, are protein powders safe for cancer survivors? The short answer is yes, but not all. I'm gonna show you the products you should include, and most importantly, the products you should avoid. Here's what you need to know to keep yourself safe and healthy after cancer. Your cancer recovery is taking longer if you're not eating enough protein. As a cancer survivor, if you're exhausted, if you've gained weight, or if you have joint pain, then this is how you fix it. It's directly tied to your protein. Of course, you know that hitting target protein levels is critical as a cancer survivor, but how do you know if you're eating enough protein? After working with thousands of cancer survivors, this is the first thing that I correct. You're going to feel different right away. You're gonna feel more like yourself. In this video, I'm showing you a step-by-step approach of how to pick a protein powder as a cancer survivor, how to know if you need to take a protein powder. Plus, I'm sharing with you some of my own personal favorite protein powders so you know exactly what to get. The first thing you need to know about selecting a protein powder after a cancer diagnosis is what type of protein is in the powder. Picking the protein source is one of the most important aspects of selecting a protein powder. As a cancer survivor, you want to make sure you get this part right. So let's go through what you should select and, most importantly, what you should avoid. Protein powders can have all different types of protein sources like whey, casein, collagen, pea protein, rice, egg. There's an overwhelming number of options on the market that makes it tough for cancer survivors to know what's safe for them and what's effective. Of all the products on the market, the most common protein source is whey or casein. These protein sources come from milk protein. Now, because they come from milk or dairy, are they safe for cancer survivors? The literature has been quite clear on this over time. The concern around dairy after cancer has been around full fat dairy, whole milk, higher fat yogurt. But protein powder will include hardly any fat, so that's not a concern here. Dairy is safe for cancer survivors, so selecting a casein or a whey protein is completely safe. But there are two protein sources you need to be cautious of, and one you need to avoid altogether. The most common vegan protein source is brown rice or pea protein. These are commonly used on the market, but there's one vegan protein source that you want to avoid: soy protein. Now, unprocessed soy foods are completely safe for cancer survivors. Soy is a known phytoestrogen, so historically, there's been some concerns around it increasing the risk of hormone-positive breast cancer recurrences. But this has been consistently disproven over time. But soy protein powder means it's been highly processed and highly modified. This could potentially slow your cancer recovery by consuming a highly processed food over time. So opt for brown rice or pea protein instead. Most recently, there's been caution raised around collagen protein for cancer survivors. The safety of these products are now being questioned. As a cancer survivor, is it safe to take collagen protein? Overall, collagen has become really popular. It's marketed as being helpful for hair growth, skin, and nails. These are all things that cancer survivors want too. Naturally, as a cancer survivor, you're probably curious about collagen. Well, the bad news first. Collagen actually has very limited evidence that show it's actually helpful for hair regrowth, skin, or nails. There are actually better ways to do that. So if you're looking for help with your hair, your skin, or your nails, I wouldn't bother with collagen. Collagen is actually quite more expensive than other protein sources. Because it's marketed as a beauty product, the price is often higher. But is it safe for cancer survivors? There's a theory that collagen might increase the risk of cancer recurrence or cancer growth. The theory then is that if you consume collagen, it actually supports the tumor vasculature and helps with tumor growth. But this is just a theory. There's never actually been any real evidence to support this claim. It's actually just hypothetical. So as of right now, collagen is safe for cancer survivors. For me personally, I opt for either a casein or a whey protein or a combination of the two. Those are my favorite products. They're easy to find, they're easy to take, you can use them just on their own or even use them in baking. So we've talked about what type of protein you should be looking for in a protein powder, but we also need to talk about what type of protein formulation you should be looking for. This is the difference between wasting a bunch of money on a protein powder you hate. One scoop, you hate it, and then you leave it in the cupboard, versus getting a protein powder food you love. There are 3 options for a protein powder formulation: concentrates, isolates, and hydrolysates. A protein concentrate is the most cost-effective and most widely found type of protein formulation. It usually has a really good amount of protein in it, is relatively inexpensive, but the downside is that a concentrate could cause some stomach upset. If you find you're taking a protein powder and your stomach gets upset, then you might want to switch to an isolate. Now, an isolate generally has a little bit more protein per serving compared to a concentrate, whereas a concentrate has a few more carbs. Isolates are also a little bit more costly, but they do tend to be easier on your stomach. My personal choice is a concentrate or the combination of a concentrate and an isolate. Now, a lot of people are wondering, when should you take this protein powder? Should you take it first thing in the morning, right before you go to bed, or around a workout? The important piece to remember here is if you are doing some kind of exercise, either walking or running or swimming or strength training, then you do want to take some form of protein immediately after your workout. We know that there's a workout window of approximately 2 hours post-workout where it's actually beneficial to consume protein. The closer to your workout that you eat that protein, the better, but anywhere within that 2-hour window is good. You'll get the most development of lean muscle if you consume protein in the 2-hour post-workout window. But the protein that you eat in this post-workout window does not need to be from a protein powder. You can eat it from whole food sources. That's always going to be my preference. Instead of looking at taking a protein powder, I want you to eat your protein, whether that's a serving of yogurt, cottage cheese, or a hard-boiled egg. Or maybe you work out and then you eat breakfast or lunch or supper. Have a chicken salad, carrots and hummus, anything with a little bit of protein. If you're on the go or on the run immediately after your workout, then go for a protein supplement, because that just might be the easiest. Aside from this post-workout window, it really doesn't matter when you consume your protein. It can be first thing in the morning, it can be right before bed, it can be anywhere in between. Okay, but how much protein do you specifically need to be getting? This is a very good question and a very important one, so you're gonna wanna make sure you get this right. After cancer and after a cancer diagnosis, you need to make sure that your protein target is individualized to you. If you had a protein target before cancer, it's no longer applicable for you. If you use free apps like MyFitnessPal or Lose It and they suggest a protein target to you, it's not right. These free apps are meant for the general public, the masses. They're not designed for women who have had cancer like you and me. So the targets that they put forward are just not right for cancer survivors. So instead, you need an individualized assessment to determine your specific protein needs. It's more complicated because as a cancer survivor, you're just more complex. But the good news is that you can get an individualized protein assessment directly from me. Click the link below to apply for a one-on-one diagnostic call with me. We'll review your treatment, your diagnosis, and then determine your specific protein requirements. So if you are gonna take a protein powder, what specific products should you be picking? I'm gonna make this so easy for you. Really simple. I'm gonna show you my top 3 protein powders that I personally use as a cancer survivor. A very popular item and a mainstay in my household is PE Science Select. This protein powder, specifically the chocolate cupcake flavor, is one of my favorites. Now, if you look at the label of this product, it's actually a combination product, a blend, a combination of both whey and casein protein. So 2 different protein sources, both from cow's milk, a blend. In terms of formulation, this is a blend of 80% concentrate. But when you look further at the nutritional information, you'll find it's got 24 grams of protein and only 1 gram of carbs. That's why I like this. Plus, I really enjoy just the flavor of this product and it mixes well with yogurt. It's good to drink on its own, it's easy to bake with. It's a mainstay in my house and it's always in my cupboard. But if protein powders tend to always upset your stomach, then here's my top choice. The IsoPure Zero Carb Protein Powder is a good option. It's a whey protein isolate. So that means it only has whey protein powder and it's formulated as an isolate. It has no carbs in it and 25 grams of protein per serving. It's also a creamy vanilla flavor, which is a great addition. Okay, but for ladies who like to eat vegan or don't want to use a dairy protein, then here's an option for you. A great vegan protein powder option is from Sprout Living. This actually includes sunflower seed protein. With only 3 grams of carbs and 15 grams of protein, this is a great option for those who don't want to use dairy protein. Okay, so now that you know the exact products you're looking for as a cancer survivor, you're on the right track. But this is only the first step. You need to know how to build out the rest of your food around your protein targets and protein supplements. That's why I'm linking up this next video for you here on the best foods to eat after cancer. Don't miss this. I'll see you in the next video.